For years, the forests of northwest Nigeria have been the perfect playground for bandit king Bello Turji, a deadly game of hide-and-seek where the rules always favored him. Soldiers came. Soldiers left. Airstrikes happened. Then silence. Turji always slipped away like smoke. But overnight, everything changed. This time, the nightmare isn't a rumor. It's not speculation. It's not social media noise. It's official. And it came straight from the highest levels of the US military. The United States has deployed a small, highly specialized team to Nigeria. Let that sink in. This confirmation has sent shockwaves from the Pentagon in Washington all the way to the deepest hideouts in Zamfara state. And for Bello Turji, this is no longer a warning sign on the horizon, it's the storm already above his head. We are bringing you this exclusive situation report today, Wednesday, February 4, 2026, because the rules of engagement have shifted overnight. The United States is no longer just watching Nigeria's security crisis from the sky. They are on the ground. And their arrival spells a very specific kind of trouble. Here's what makes this terrifying for Turji. When the US military says they've sent a small specialist team, they are not talking about parade soldiers or regular infantry. No boots marching in formation. No flag waving. They are talking about the ghost. These are specialists in signals intelligence, advanced surveillance, drone and satellite coordination, high-value target tracking. These are the people who don't chase you, you never even know they're watching until it's too late. General Dagvin Anderson, the commander of US forces in Africa, confirmed the deployment himself. Washington and Abuja have quietly agreed that the terror threat in West Africa has crossed the red line. Officially, the mission is to counter ISIS-linked groups. But let's be honest. In northwest Nigeria, the line between ISIS elements and Bello Turji's operations has been getting thinner by the day. And that's exactly why Turji is suddenly in serious trouble. For years, he survived because he understood the terrain better than anyone. The forest. The caves. The escape routes. His informants warned him long before Nigerian troops arrived. He always knew when to run. But he has never faced an enemy like this. The Americans bring what General Anderson carefully described as unique capabilities. That phrase sounds harmless until you understand what it really means. It means technology that can track movement patterns over weeks. It means thermal imaging that sees through forest canopies at night. It means communications intercepted before a message is even sent. Turji's informants can't warn him about a drone operator sitting hundreds of miles away. They can't warn him about satellites tracking heat signatures. They can't warn him when his phone becomes a beacon. And this isn't a one-off operation. Yes, we all remember the controversial Christmas Day airstrikes ordered by President Trump. Those strikes raised questions. They caused outrage. They caused confusion. But this is different. This is sustained. This is precision support. This is intelligence so tight it leaves no breathing room. Nigeria's defense leadership has already confirmed it. The US team is active on Nigerian soil. Their exact location. Classified. But let's not pretend. They go where the fire burns hottest. And right now, that fire is burning in Turji's backyard. Let me pause here and ask you something serious, because this matters. Backhand index pointing right. Do you think Bello Turji will finally be captured now that US specialists are involved? Backhand index pointing right, or do you think he'll disappear across the border into Niger Republic and vanish again? Drop your prediction in the comments. I really want to see what you think. And if you appreciate this kind of deep, no-nonsense analysis that connects global power politics to what's happening on our soil, hit that like button right now. It pushes this conversation further. If you haven't joined the community yet, subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay locked in. Now, let's talk about the ISIS connection that dragged Turji straight into America's crosshairs. For a long time, Bello Turji was dismissed internationally as just a local bandit problem. Dangerous, yes, but not America's concern. That changed in late 2025. Intelligence reports began showing that Turji was either collaborating with, or at least trading favors with, elements of ISWAP and the emerging Lakurawa network, especially to secure heavier weapons and protection routes. And that's the mistake. The moment ISIS-linked groups start using your territory, or you start helping them move weapons, you become a global target. President Trump has been loud and consistent about two things: stopping ISIS expansion in West Africa, protecting vulnerable communities, especially Christians. So if ISIS is operating through Turji's forest, or benefiting from its protection, then in Washington's eyes, Turji is no longer just Nigeria's problem. He's America's enemy. And America doesn't play defense. These specialists are experts in something called pattern of life analysis. They won't rush. They'll watch. Track habits. Follow supply lines. Map movements. Then, quietly, they close the net. A former US official hinted that the Americans may not pull the trigger, but they will point the laser. They will tell Nigerian forces which hot matters, which convoy is real, which moment counts. That level of accuracy changes everything. It also puts massive pressure on Nigeria's military leadership. With US eyes on the feeds, there's no room for compromise, leaks, or collusion. Any bad eggs helping bandits instantly become liabilities. Transparency becomes mandatory. Efficiency becomes non-negotiable. But don't underestimate Bello Turji. He knows the sound of drones. Reports already suggest bandit groups are scattering, splitting into smaller cells, abandoning known camps. The psychological impact alone is already disrupting operations. Still, there are things you can't outrun. You can't hide from satellites. You can't mask heat forever. You can't erase patterns. So the real question isn't if they'll find him. It's when. The stakes couldn't be higher. If this joint mission succeeds and Turji is neutralized, it will be a major victory for the Tinubu administration and prove that this new U.S. Nigeria partnership works. But if Turji somehow escapes, even with American specialists involved, he won't just be a bandit anymore. He'll become a myth. A legend. The man who embarrassed a superpower. And make no mistake, the US military did not send this team to fail. They sent them to finish what the airstrike started. So as this story unfolds, keep your eyes on Sokoto and Zamfara. Because the forest is no longer safe. And the hunt has entered its final phase.